Yeah, so I did have an identity crisis too, or struggle between being American and Filipino. Um, I think the first thing I would say is like I was definitely American, but I had the identity crisis when I guess this is also common Filipino American experience to go under that question, is that there were a lot of adults who kind of like shamed me for being American, or there were a lot of Filipinos who shamed me for being American. Like they would say, "Oh, you don't speak Tagalog? That's a shame." Or like they would say like, "Oh, you don't understand the hardship that we gone through. Like you only know the good part of life. You don't understand the struggle." So like they made me feel bad for being American, or like growing up in America. So I think at that point I felt like, oh, I should probably reconnect with my Filipino roots, or I should try to be Filipino. Yeah. So I went through that time period where I was trying to be more immersed in Filipino culture. And then, I started to, I guess I was like more trying to be more Filipino. So I learned Tagalog and learned my parents' language. And I think to sum it all up, there was a point in my life where I realized, there was a point in my life where, like, after that period of time when I was trying to be Filipino, there was a point in my life where I realized I'm actually Filipino American. And that happened when I went to the Philippines, and I was in the Philippines for like a month or so. Mm-hmm. And then I just had to follow my cousin's lead the whole time, because like my cousin, like every time we went out, I would just say like, what's the right thing to do here, or what should I do in this situation? Am I supposed to do this, or am I supposed to do that? Do I go this way? Do I go that way? And then I just follow my cousin's lead. So that constant feeling of having to follow my cousin's lead, not knowing Filipino culture, like Filipino, like when I'm talking about lead, I'm talking about like when we go out to eat, or like when we go to the mall, or when we take a jeepney, like how does that all work? So I had to follow my cousin. And then when I came to America, I guess like that feeling of me having to like adjust to the culture was lifted. I was like, when I came to America, I went to Shoppers, or I went to Safeway, and I was like, man, I know exactly how to drive. I know exactly how to behave. I don't feel like I'm always constantly being watched. Like in the Philippines, I was always conscious of talking, because I don't want to talk, because I don't want the cashier to know that I don't speak Tagalog, or like the waiter or the waitress, I don't want them to know that I don't speak Tagalog, so I just keep my mouth shut. But in America, when I was in America, like I feel like I didn't have to worry about that, because I knew exactly how to order food. I knew how to use the self-checkout line. So I was like, oh, I like America. I mean, I feel like I'm at home here. So I like that American identity was like sealed. Like I was like, okay, I'm American for sure. But at the same time, a little time after that, I was starting to feel like, wait, America doesn't actually understand me though, because I feel like an immigrant still in America because of the color of my skin. So where do I fit? So I think Filipino American was like the identity where I felt like I fit. Yeah. So I that's when I settled on that identity as being Filipino American.